Hello, and welcome to our very first Live with Perfectaplan. Of course, I'm not Perfectaplan. We have a whole team of awesome people. I am Carissa Langeveld, and I'm in charge of our digital communications. So if you've connected with us through any of our digital channels, chances are you've spoken to me. So in these lives, we are going to talk everything project controls. Now, if you don't know what project controls is, that includes planning and scheduling, estimating, cost control, and you can even include risk management and document control. Basically, everything you need to have full control or as much control as possible of your project. Let's face it, who doesn't love control? And especially in the projects industry with such an unpredictable nature, you want as much control as you possibly can. So in this session, we're going to answer a question that we encountered in the field. And before we get to the question, I'm going to give you a little background. So we've been working on a project for months and months. And we obviously did the reporting. So we had weekly update meetings where we gave the updated schedule, S-curves, look-aheads, progress trackers, things like that. Now, after one such update meeting, months along the line, one of the senior project members asked our project planner, "What is this look-ahead?" So just a little side note, this happened quite a while ago. But when I first heard this story, I was so judgmental and condescending. I laughed at this man because how could he not know what a look-ahead was? He's a senior project member with years of experience on projects. He sat in these meetings for months and months, receiving this report. How could he not know what it is? And I was laughing at him. And my team reprimanded me so fast because they said, how could he know if nobody told him? So when project schedules became contractual and a contractual requirement, project teams didn't get this crash course to say, okay, this is what a project schedule is, this is what it looks like, this is how you read it, this is the reporting, here's how you use it. None of that. They were just thrown into the deep end and asked to swim. So what I saw as a ridicule for this man not knowing what a look-ahead is, my team saw as a victory because he asked. And the moment he asked, that document changed from being a piece of paper to being a tool in his hands. And he suddenly had a more in-depth understanding of where this project is and what's going on. And he could use that information. So my team was very happy to help him and to tell him what a look-ahead is. And I learned to never look at questions the same again, because there really is no such thing as a stupid question, because questions lead to knowledge and knowledge leads to skill. So never stop asking questions. The other thing I learned was the importance of a good team who not only tells you, yay, you're doing so great, and praises you and encourages you when you're doing well, but are not afraid to tell you when you're being wrong, completely wrong, and to guide you back in line and to show you what is really important. So I just want to say thank you to my team for really being awesome and, slapping me on the hand when I'm out of line. So let's get into it. What is a look-ahead? So look-aheads are also called short-term schedules. And it's a report given by the project planners to the project team that details the activities that are active or scheduled for the time period of the look-ahead. So let's say you have a 2-week look-ahead. Then that look-ahead will show you every activity that's going to start in those 2 weeks, every activity that's going to be active or ongoing in those 2 weeks, and every activity that will finish in those 2 weeks. So you have a snapshot of, in this example, the next 2 weeks to know exactly what you need to focus on, what your priorities are to remain on target. You can also have a 1-week look ahead or a 1-month look ahead or a 6-month look ahead. It all depends on your project and what your strategy is and how you need that reporting to optimally perform. So you choose, you decide what your time period for the look ahead is. And no matter what the period is, the concept remains the same. If you have a 1-week look ahead, it will show every activity that's going to start in that week, every activity that is ongoing in that week, and every activity that will finish in that week. So why do we have look aheads? Why is it important? Well, schedules have thousands and thousands of activities. If you have to go through thousands of activities to find out what the priorities are for right now, you are never going to use it. So you'll never know where you are. You'll never know if you're on target because it's just too time consuming, especially in projects where the pressure is on. You don't have the time to go through all the activities in your schedule to see which ones are the priorities and which ones you need to focus on. So it gives you a snippet for these 2 weeks or 1 month or whatever your time period is, so that you can prioritize your works and focus on what you need to do to remain on target. So ideally, you want the activities to move. You don't want the same activities in every look ahead, unless, of course, it has a long duration and it's ongoing beyond your look ahead period. But activities that should have finished in this look ahead should ideally not come up in the next look ahead, or it's going to affect your timeline. So then you are not on target. So I would like to move on and see if we have any questions. But before I do, I want to first say what look aheads are not. So we had this scenario where someone said, let's use the 2-week again. Okay, so thanks for my 2-week look ahead. I'll look at it in 2 weeks, because he thought it was something you need to look at after the 2 weeks have passed. So no, it is not after 2 weeks. It is for these 2 weeks or whatever your time period may be. So I'm going to quickly see if we have any questions. And if we do, I'll see if I can answer them for you. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any questions. If you have any questions after the fact, you can comment them. We will answer them as soon as we can. We'd like to help you out. So if you have any questions about look aheads, just give a comment on this video and we will answer you. Okay, so we are going to do this again next week. Same time, same place. So if you have any questions on project controls that you would like answered, you can comment on this video. Or if you would like to remain completely anonymous, you can send us a direct message on any of our social channels, or you can send an email to me, carissa@profactorplan.co.za, and we will get on answering that question for you. Remember, no question is too elementary or simple. Any question counts, and no question is too complicated either. If I can't answer it, I have an awesome team of experts that I can bring in to answer those questions for you. So thank you very much for joining us. See you next week, same time, same place.